Hello friends, welcome back. It's Big Dano Plays Primal, and we've got Mossy being an absolute pest in the background. You finished being a pest, Mossy?
Yes, sir.
Well done. We're back for another campaign. We've had an amazing time. We did one of the challenges. We did a full campaign. This will be my third campaign of Primal. It will be the first time that I've used Heleren, one of the characters. Let's go over here. Heleren and Karah. I was going to use Heleren and Thoreg, but I've already played a full campaign with Thoreg. I only played one game with Karah. She seems really interesting, so we'll play her. And we find ourselves once again facing off against Vyraxen. So here's Karah, here's Heleren. Heleren, I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. And Vyraxen. Now let's talk about something else we're going to do. We're going to try this little thing. It's called the Hunter's Trial. We are going to do this. So each time we fail a mission, we mark it on the track and then we do all this stuff. So we're going to track these things, but the main thing we want to do is check if you successfully complete a scenario your first try, gain 2 Valor. If you successfully complete a scenario without any player being knocked out, gain 2 Valor. And then we get a Hunter's score based on this. So that's what we're going to do. The second thing we're going to do is we're just going to play all of the expansion monsters. So aside from Vyraxen, we're just going to choose expansion monsters or monsters I haven't faced if there is no option. Yeah, so that's fun. So it's such a funny thing to go from the Awakened Final Showdown, which has 5 stages and 5 stances and rules everywhere, to just being here with Vyraxen. Nice, very fun. We're going to do 4 damage to knock Vyraxen down a wound. When he gets to 7, we change stances. And at the end of the round, if the aggro player is threatened, we will place a fire terrain in the front sector. We don't intend on being threatened, but let's see what happens. And finally, if you're in the rear sector, you can place a counter. When we have 4 counters, we do 2 automatic wounds. That's the plan. Heleren, we have bullets that we spend to shoot her gunbow, which is sick. And then we have this precision reload. When you reload, place a counter on this card. She's actually only got 3 cards in her deck that reload. So I feel like bullets are a resource we'll need to manage quite carefully to be the most effective we can with her. There's a reload card there. You may spend bullet, gunfire. Ooh. Reload 2. Oh my god, we got 2 of our reloads. We could flip that straight away. Interesting. Strategic support. Maybe we will try for that. So you're really loving this game. I'm going to be putting together a video very soon. I've talked a lot about this video, so I've probably got to do it now. But I've got to work out my top 5 games, top 10 games before I do so. Oh, no offensive cards. But yeah, I'm really keen to talk about this game and why I've enjoyed it so much. But one really interesting thing was we played it last night at my regular scheduled Tuesday night games, and we played with 4 players. I just ran the game, and it was not a hit. It was a hit for one of the guys, who I wasn't surprised at, but the downtime at 4 really knocks this down a peg. And I think if this was a game that you were planning on playing with 4 players, this would not be as highly rated as I rate it at 1, 2, and maybe 3. So. Who do we want to kick off with? Because this is the only one with a red. So we're actually going to start over here. And if we have a look at the monster area, we have Become Threatened, End of the Round, and a Rampage. So what we're going to do is we are going to go over here and we're going to use Karah, and she's going to be our first thing. And we are going to move. When you reveal an attrition card. So we're going to discard this swing as a move, And we will move over here into this plant that also does damage. And then we will play Shadow Step, which is a green, discarding this yellow, or discarding this blue. Maybe we'll play the blue. Yeah, we'll do this instead. We'll play Shadow Step, discarding Natural Agility, and then we'll play Shadow Strike, which is your cards gain stealth until the end of the turn. Doesn't actually do anything, but it does play us a blue. And we have this attrition card in hand that might help us. So we've only played one. We flip a 1, so we sustain no damage. And these go away. We draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chaining after a red, that's nice. Ooh, you may immediately... Yeah, all right. That looks like a slightly better approach. Okay. So Vyraxen will turn to face Karah. And now we get to move into the rear using Heleren. So let's do that using this blue to move into the rear. Now when we're in the rear, we can play offensive cards. So we're going to use Gunfire, which is a red. You may spend a bullet to increase the damage this attack deals by 3. That's only 1 bullet we can spend. Yep, cool. And then anytime you spend a bullet, we ignite. So this attack will deal 3 damage from the gunbow, 3 damage from the gunfire, and then an extra 1 because we spent a bullet, which is 7. And we're only needing to do 4 to do a wound. So we're at 3 and we've done our first wound. So that doesn't trigger anything. We need to get down to 7 to trigger anything. We're about to play a Rapid Ignition. So Rapid Ignition, you may spend a bullet to search your discard pile and place the thing on top of your deck. We're not going to do that. We spend a bullet. We can do that. We can spend a bullet. So that's going to ignite. So it's going to do another 4 damage, which is going to, so yep, 4 damage. So that will take it down to 8. It's a second wound. And then we are going to play Strategic Support. All 3 of these are aggro cards. Should have probably gone into the thing. And we're going to discard this to reload 2. Boop, boop. When you reload, place a counter on this card. So we've done a precision reload. We could have potentially gotten that done in a different way, but I'm happy with that. So we'd flip our attrition card. If it's a 1, we're okay. It's a 2, no. So Vyraxen does 1 damage to us. These go away. And we draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reload 3. Nice. Ooh, draw. Draw X, where X is your bullet track. How fun is bullets? Okay, so we are going to trigger this card, which is at the end of the round. Each player in the front sector, so that is Heleren, because we have the aggro, must immediately move or suffer damage. And then Vyraxen turns to the player with the least defensive cards. We have 1, 2, 3 defensive cards here, and we have 1, 2, 3 defensive cards here. So we get to choose. So I think we will, we'll elect to move with Heleren, and we're going to discard diversion. You may spend a bullet, nice. Okay, so we'll move into the healing plant sector, and then we're going to have Vyraxen turn to face Karah. So we now trigger this rampage, place a fire terrain in the front sector, and Vyraxen will spend the struggle to each player in the front sector must suffer damage unless they discard a green from their hand. Karah, do you want to discard a green? Not really, she'll suffer damage. 8. So we replenish this with a blue and this with a 3. Okay, so we're on to round 2. Right, so this flips. And we have a behavior refresh, so we're going to turn that one off. And then we'll put a red here. So I know what the reds do. Vyraxen gains 2 struggle. And we are here. So we need to move. We're going to discard pressing shot to move. Which is going to allow us to move into the rear. We did start our turn in the healing plant sector, so we heal for 1. We're going to do a haul of bullets, which is draw X, where X is your bullet track level. So we get to draw 1, 2, 3. We haven't triggered any of these, but we are going to trigger something soon. It's okay. You can assist at all. When you overrun, cut through, you may immediately overrun. Alright, we're probably going to do this when another player plays a red into their sequence. You may discard this card from your hand to search your deck for red and add it to your hand. So we'll probably do that, but we don't have an assist. So I think this is, if we don't reload now, what does our mastery actually do? When you reload, search your deck and add it to your hand. Okay, that's quite good. So the choice we've got here is we can play 2 offensive cards in the rear, but then we don't get to reload. We're not going to be reloading anyway this turn, potentially. Alright, we'll do this. We'll play Barrage of Bullets, discarding long range. Spend any number of bullets to increase the damage this attack deals by 2 for each bullet spent this way. We're going to spend 1, 2, 3 bullets. So we're igniting, so that does a wound, which takes us down to 7. And then we've also got 3 plus 6, which is 9. So well, let's do this. We've got 9 damage as well, which is going to do another wound, I think. Alright, so Vyraxen flips. When revealed, he gains 2 struggle. And then, when a behavior card with Firestorm is revealed, immediately place a fire terrain in the front sector. And that's it. So we have played a red, so we will trigger this. We know what this is. It says Firestorm, so we immediately place a fire in the front sector. We flip that, and she suffers burning. So it's unfortunate for her. The active player discards the top 3 cards of their deck and suffers damage unless a defensive card is discarded this way. 1, 2, 3. There is a defensive card. So this goes here. 9. 6 to do another wound, boom, so we're down to 3, and she is just on a rampage. We can't play tactical reload though, so we are going to stop our turn at that point and hope we flip a 1. We do flip a 1, so it's no damage. This goes away. We draw 1, 2, 3. And then Vyraxen will turn to face us. And I think when another player plays a red, you may discard this to draw a red and add a red. We'll do that. You may immediately overrun the monster. Actually, I don't think we're going to do that because we can't play a red. So we won't do that. We're now going to trigger starting in the tail. The active player suffers damage unless they discard a green from their hand. We do have a green and we will discard it from our hand so we do not suffer any damage. We're going to move into the healing plant sector and we're going to discard backstab for that. And we'll then use blue cut through offensive attitude to pay for it, so that'll discard a blue and you may immediately overrun the monster. When we overrun the monster we place a counter on this card, so that allows us to flip there. If you do, draw 1. Crescent Strike is not much good to us. Increase your sequence limit by 1 this turn. Oh, I ended with 2 cards in hand, didn't I? Yep, nice. So I think we're probably just going to take the damage here, because we are going to trigger this blue. Vyraxen turns to the active player, then place a fire terrain in the front sector. That's all we're doing anyway. The active player suffers damage unless they have a green in their sequence. We do not have a green, so we suffer damage. Vyraxen is being a real chump right now to Karah. He's picking on her. Unless this is a 0, we are suffering damage. It's the 3. We can try and deny that and reveal a new attrition card. I think we will. I think we'll try that. No. But we got rid of 2 though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another damage for Karah. Turning to the front. It's the end of the round. As you can see, we have emptied this deck, which means Vyraxen gains a struggle. So he's up to 3, but we're on turn 3. This flips, this flips. We're going to behaviour refresh this green out of there. We're going to put this tail one into there, and he's going to gain 2 struggle, putting him on 5. We are starting with Heleren in the front, and so trigger this. Vyraxen gains 1 struggle and gains +1 damage until the end of the round. So Vyraxen is unleashing and doing 2 damage to everyone. 1, 2. She's down to 4. That's not ideal. 1, 2. Get her to the healing plant. Go. Go now. Did we have a way to avoid that? No, we didn't. Okay, we're going to spend our stamina token to move over to here into the healing plant. And that also allows us to play a red, but we're not going to do that. So we're going to... This is tricky actually. No, we just have to reload. So we're playing tactical reload. It's a green. We're going to discard these 3. Boom. And then we'll play this because it's a yellow, which is a freebie. So if that's a 2, we're okay. So we haven't triggered anything from there. And so We've reloaded our bullets, which means we've done a precision reload. So we flip this, and we flip this. It's a 1, we suffer no damage. We draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means we've taken a damage from emptying our deck. Alright. But we're bullets to the full now. We didn't trigger anything over here. However, we are about to trigger this one when Karah starts her turn, as Vyraxen turns to face the aggro. Karah, triggering this. Can we discard a green from our hand? We can. We don't really want to, but we can. We'll discard this green. We don't suffer damage. We'll spend our stamina to move into the flank. When you discard this hard, ooh, here we go. We're actually going to use this card, which is nice. Crossover. When you discard this card from your hand to generate stamina for a movement, you may overrun the monster. So we will overrun the monster into the healing plant sector. And then that is our piercing dash triggered as well. Deal your base weapon damage or draw 1 every time you overrun. So that's nice. And we remove a struggle when we do that. So we'll just play Wall of Blades there, which is a yellow, discarding this Half Moon, and discarding this Crescent Strike, and then we'll play Half Moon to discard that. Can we actually do an assist over here, Deno? Covering fire, we could assist. We could assist. When another player would suffer attrition damage, you may discard this card from your hand too. So we won't do that. All right, let's hope we don't flip a 2. We don't. So no knockouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. It's round 4. We do have to trigger this blue, sorry. That was the last card we played, so that's fine. And he doesn't have any struggle to spend, so he's just going to place a fire terrain in the front sector. He's having a good time with his fire, isn't he? Okay. So that's all. It's the next round. We will behavior refresh this threatened card. We will add 2 struggle. These ones will go away, and this one will flip to a little bit less hot. We can chug an ale more right now, and that is something that I think we will do here to take her up to 8. 2, 3, 4, 8. And then she's going to go to 9 because she's starting her turn with the plant. She did not play the aggro though, so we still are over here on Heleren. We're only triggering a red. So Heleren also heals for 1 because she's starting with the plants. So she'll move with swift deflection over here into the section there. So she's in the flank. When you discard swift deflection from your hand, draw 1. All right, here we go. We'll just play a cannonball. Love it. So we're going to spend this one here, which is 4. You may spend 3 bullets. If you do, stun the monster and increase the damage this attack deals by 4. We need to spend 2 more stuff. So another player can do that. So we will actually discard that to pay for this cannonball. We spend all 3 of our bullets, 1, 2, 3. However, we stun the monster. So we're going to stop that red card from triggering, which is absolutely amazing. Another player can reveal red cards and deal their weapon damage here or here. So it's 4 damage there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this attack deals 4 plus the 3 plus the ignite. So it's going to deal 8, which is 15. We're 6 to do a wound. So we've got 1 wound to 5. And then 1 wound to 4, leaving 3 damage. Cannonball! Why did I discarded that. That's fine. And now, I'm going to play this strategic support. You may choose a player to discard a red from their hand or an offensive card. I'll choose me. That allows me to reload. 1, 2. When you reload, search your deck and discard pile for a red and add it to your hand. If you searched your deck, reshuffle it. I think we'll just bring Covering Fire back. And then we'll just play a Covering Fire. So that Covering Fire does 3 damage, which takes us to 6, which brings him down to his final wound. Or sorry, his third stance. When revealed, place a fire terrain in each threatened sector. There is no threatened sectors. And then stage 3, when a behaviour with Firestorm is revealed, immediately do that. Finally, we'll do this. It's down to 0. 2 greens, be the 2. It's not the 2. We suffer no damage. These go away. Heleren is on a rampage. Oh my god, she's in a death plant zone as well. So it's actually an additional 1, 2 damage from the 2 reds that we played. Very nice turn for her. Draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an assist. That's an assist. Turn to face. We're starting our turn here with the healing plant, so we go back up to 9. We are going to move when the monster changes its orientation, you may discard this card from your hand and draw up to your hand limit. We'll do that. 1, 2. And then we will assist here to draw another one. And we are moving. Draw 1. Oh, this is going to be an awesome turn. This is where she just goes ballistic. I reckon we are going to... Yeah, we're going to discard... Oh, this is so hard. This is so hard. We'll discard this side to move. So we're in the rear. This is important because we're going to do some crazy shit. All right, starting with this green. Discarding this red. Because our mastery is done, we get to draw 2. 1, 2. Perfection. Green hasn't triggered anything. We are burning, so we're going to suffer 2 damage. These 2 characters are fun. 1, 2. We're only going to do like 10 damage. All right. Chaining into a red, you may immediately overrun the monster. When you overrun the monster, you may deal your base weapon damage or draw 1. So our base weapon damage is 2. 1, 2. And then we'll draw 1. Because we're going to overrun the monster. We're here. Then we will play this blue, which is an assist, which is a chain off a red, so we can play that for free. We've now triggered Battle Dance for the first time. So when you trigger Battle Dance, deal 1 damage from our Jewel Blade. And we also do 3 damage, which takes it to 8 which is another wound. This is going to be an absolute shellacking, Deno. Then we'll play this blue to remove another struggle, and this is called Dancing. And we're going to discard this yellow to do so. Draw 1 for each offensive card in your sequence. Max, draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Increase your sequence limit by 1 this turn. Okay. We'll play Cut Through. You may immediately overrun the monster. Don't mind if I do. If you do, draw 1. When we do, we get to deal our base weapon damage. 1, 2. We still have 1 in our sequence that we can do. We do have the aggro, so she is going to be taking the aggro here. Probably didn't need to heal, but... Now, there's a 2 and a 1 here. Yeah, we'll just play this run through. Discarding Airblade. You may immediately overrun the monster. We're back here. And so that deals, we're going to do 4 damage that time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I've also triggered Battle Dance a second time, which deals a wound, and then does 5, which is 12, which is another wound, and he's got 4 damage left before Vyraxen is defeated. He can't hurt us because that's a 2 or a 0. We're fine. We ended our turn with 3 cards in our hand, so we gain a stamina. 1, 2. Vyraxen can be targeted everywhere. At the end of the round, this goes away. He's already facing us. The end of the round one's going to trigger. Each player in the front sector must immediately move or suffer damage. Yeah, we'll move. We'll both move to the healing plant. Spending that one and just spending prompt reflexes, it's fine. But that does trigger the rampage. We've just got to do 4 damage. Place a fire terrain in the front sector. As you can see, that will not impact us at all. He doesn't have any aggro to spend or struggle to spend. He's going to go 3. This is going to go here. This goes here, and then we discard this one with a behavior refresh. This one goes here. 4 damage. Can we knock it over with Karah? She could play the red, which will do 2 damage. She heals 1. Can we do an assist? No. She'll move using this natural agility. She'll move over to the rear. So she's just going to play swing and then disengage. 2 greens. If we flip the 2, she draws 1, 2, 3, 4. Vyraxen turns to face her. And now Heleren. We'll give Heleren an assist, I think. Yep, so we'll assist Heleren. Not doing a lot of stuff this turn, actually. She's going to move using diversion. She's going to move into the front. She heals for 1, 2. It's been pretty comfortable, which is good. It means I'm getting better at the game, which you would expect, not knowing these characters. We'll play Pressing Shot, discarding this long range, so that is going to remove a struggle. And then draw 2, because our bullet track is 1 or higher. And that will do the job. Gunfire. You may spend a bullet to increase the damage the attack deals by 3. That's 6 damage plus an extra 1 for the ignite. Vyraxen is defeated. Good work, team. Good work. I like these two characters a lot. These two characters are exceptionally fun. Okay, let's go over here to our monster stuff. So, observation number 1, there's about 59 books you need when you're using all the expansion monsters. So, the campaign book, though, when you defeat the first one, we read chapter 1, and there's a whole lot of stuff that happens in chapter 1, but fortunately, we have this wonderful app, which we can use, and I will load that up now. All right, here it is, great little app. So we shall read chapter 1, and this app will do everything for us, which is wonderful. So we have a forge, we have a herbalist, we unlock the fire forge, we earn 1 card pool upgrade, and then we get some goodies, and we are going to unlock 3 quests. So the first quest we are going to play in the proper campaign that isn't the prologue is this one, which is Parzies. And we need to go and face Parzies, which is pretty cool. I'm going to do most of that selection stuff off camera, but we do have Ignis, which is the level 3 gun here, or level 1 gun, sorry, for Heleren. And I think we've also got, yes, the dragon wings. So I think we're crazy, I think, not to use these straight away because they're an increase in weapon damage and some other benefits, but I'll do a bit of mulling over that and I'll talk about it in the next episode. So let's get back into Primal, friends. I'll catch you all in the next episode. Big Dano out.